What's up everybody, Ian here with Redline. Normally on this channel I do something about a piece of shop equipment or maybe my 67 Nova build project Redline, but today I've got something totally different coming your way. I wanted to do a video on my Rad Rover electric bikes. I recently bought two of these things and they have really transformed what bicycling used to be into something different, and I get a lot of questions about them when we're out riding these things, so I wanted to do a little video and share with everybody what I bought, why, what it's like, all of that. Now before we get into the meat and taters of this video, I would say that if you're finding my channel for the first time and you find this video cool and helpful, I would ask that you click the subscribe button down below, as well as click on the little bell icon to turn on notifications so you won't miss any of my future video uploads, as well as leave your questions and comments down below. I like reading the questions and comments. I reply to them all the time and I appreciate those. So this is the craziest thing. I got my electric bikes last year. I took them out to Cruising the Coast in Biloxi, this giant outdoor hot rod show, and to my surprise, the hit of the show was actually my electric bike. I couldn't ride one of these things 20 feet without getting the same three questions over and over again. What does it cost? How fast can it go? And how long does the battery charge last? So, in answer to the most common question, how long does the battery charge last? If you'll have a look at this shot right here, I went out to a local park. I ran the bike up and down the same stretch of road over and over again for over an hour until I finally killed the battery. I never pedaled once. I was able to get 25 miles out of a full charge. The second most common question that I get is, what's the top speed of the bicycle? In this shot right here, you can see that I go from a dead stop with a 165-pound rider to a max speed of about 19.5 miles an hour in about 8 seconds. So the acceleration is pretty good. But here's the crazy thing about riding one of these things. You can't necessarily go past about 20 miles an hour. If you're running 19.5 just using nothing but battery and you're not pedaling, you put it into high gear and then you start pedaling your absolute guts out, about 20.5 miles an hour is all you're going to get out of it. So the harder you pedal, the battery assist starts going away. You don't necessarily start speeding up into oblivion. About 20 is all you're going to get out of this thing. The third most common question, what do they cost? I gave $1,500 a piece for my bikes delivered to my door. The packaging was great. Assembly was pretty easy. I'm going to put a link down below in the description to the folks at Rad Rover's website where you can see their full product line. Now, if you're not interested in a Rad Rover bike, a quick search on Google for electric bicycle is going to yield a lot of results with prices just across the board. Full disclosure, the folks at Rad Rover have not sponsored this video in any shape, form, or fashion. Now, if they should just so happen to find this video and show some appreciation for me having put a link down below and made the video and shipped some free accessories to 9950 North Palafox 32534, I'm sure as hell not going to send them back. Now, before we get into the specifics of the bikes that I bought, which is the Rad Rover folding step-through electric bike, I want to talk for just a second about why I decided to do this. You know, what was wrong with the original bicycle? And the answer is, with an original bicycle that's not electric, you hop on one of those things, you ride a few miles, you know, you get somewhat winded depending on the terrain, and then you think, I better go ahead and head back while I've still got the gas in the tank to be able to get back. And with an electric bike, it's something completely different. You ride however much you want, you pedal however much you want. I find that if you're pedaling, it's no big deal to run 45 miles on a charge just using the charge as an assist. So it transforms bicycling in, you know, from something that it wasn't to something that it is, because now you can just hop on one of these things and within a reasonable amount of distance kind of, you know, go see the world on a bicycle. So it's just really freaking cool. So let's first talk about one of the coolest features of these little bikes. You can see in this shot right here that they've got a pivot point in the middle on the frame and another pivot point on the headstock, and you can break these things down to where they fit and cram into a really tight little small space. The reason that I like the folding features of the bikes so much is you can see here that I can put two of these things in the cab inside the back seat of my Dodge Ram. So if I take them to, let's say, the beach and it starts raining and I want to store them inside, or I want to go inside a restaurant and make sure they don't get stolen, I just put them inside the truck. Erecting the bikes from the folded position back to where they're ready to ride is really easy. You can see in this shot right here, there's just pretty much nothing to it. It didn't take me very long to figure out that the seat that comes on this bike is just not meant for my bony little booty. So I picked up this great big memory foam seat from Walmart, and then I took the original seat that came with the bike and zip tied it to the rear rack, which is an accessory that you pay extra for on this bike. And at that point, all I did was got on eBay and bought a set of these folding little foot pegs. I'll put a link down below in the description to those on eBay, and basically just converted my bikes to the ability to be able to ride my small kids on the back of the bike so we can do stuff together. Down here at the front of the bike, they do give you mounting posts so you can mount a front rack on the bike as well, although I didn't opt to do that. One of the things that has disappointed me for years about my $100, $150 bicycles that I've gotten from Walmart is that the transmissions on them are not very good. I'm glad to report that the 7-speed Shimano transmission is easy to shift right here on the handlebars, and as you can see in this shot right here, the chain moves from gear to gear very efficiently and doesn't sit there and get caught in between gears where you're hearing it go ah, nah, 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 nah. It works really, really well. I've got nothing but props for the Shimano 7-speed transmission. If by some chance you find yourself in the market for one of these bikes in the future, pay attention to whether or not the bike has suspension dampening front forks. This model does, and they are adjustable. Those things do a lot for taking the bumps out of the road, and I personally wouldn't want to buy one without a set of suspension forks, but you know, the cheaper models will save you some money if you don't want to get that feature. My hat's off to the folks at Rad Rover who really knocked it out of the park with the giant lithium-ion battery on this bike. You can see in this shot right here that operating the key locks the battery into position on the bike so it can't be stolen, as well as taking the battery in and out of the bike is really easy to do. It's no big deal. And lastly, they give you this really cool little gauge built into the battery where you can just press a button and see what kind of battery life you got left. I'm not going to bore you guys with all of the specs on these things. I've got the link down below to Rad Rover's website, so if you want to know the diameter of the wheels or the milliamp hours of the batteries or whatever, just click on the link down below. All of those specs are on Rad Rover's site. One of the really cool features of these little bikes is the LED headlamp on the front of it. Now, if you're having a look at that thing from the front of the bike, it's pretty bright in your face. However, if you're riding in pitch black darkness, you'll notice that the light really kind of only illuminates what is directly in front of you, and you can't see a whole lot into your peripherals left and right. So I would kind of like it to be a little bit better LED headlight. I do understand that that of course means less battery life, but realistically nobody's going riding for a 20-30 mile bike ride at night, so a little bit better headlamp would be nice, but it does it good enough to where I can at least see where I'm going at night. I hadn't run off the road so far, so we'll see what happens. It's worth mentioning that turning on your headlight also lights up your digital display so you can easily see it at night. Two of the features that you might not notice on these bikes, the first of which is this little clasp that you see right here in the steering head. It allows you to telescope the handlebars up and down for different height riders, as well as the thing is equipped with a pretty manly sounding horn. I also really appreciate that they give you some mounts right here to the frame so you can pretty easily mount a water bottle to the frame. The brakes on these bikes are very good. Squeeze on the hand lever and you operate a set of calipers that squeeze on disc brake rotors. You can see in this shot right here, the bike stops from its max speed of 20 miles an hour very, very quickly. Not just that, there's also an LED brake light that's really handy for nighttime riding. There's also a really cool safety feature going on with the brakes that happens and you don't even realize it's there. Notice in this shot right here how the rear wheel will not spin under power from the motor if the brake lever is squeezed at all. Using the digital display on this thing is really easy. You just hold down the center button to turn it on, and from there it'll show you your battery life, odometer, speedometer, power consumption, and electric motor assist level, which ranges 0 through 5. It's worth mentioning that if you don't want to use the 0 through 5 assist levels, 0 obviously being just like riding a regular bicycle with no assist, you do have a motorcycle style twist throttle that you can use on the handlebars. My only gripe on this bike is the little spring-loaded latch mechanism at the center pivot point. It's real common that that spring likes to come undone so it doesn't work properly, but to be honest with you, even then I've not found that it's any kind of a safety concern. The last two things I want to show you about these bikes, we need to head out to the beach. Notice in this shot how I'm riding on the road, and as I veer off into the sand, the tires don't have any problem rolling over that deep beach sand. That's because those are fat tires on this bike. They're like 3.5 inches wide, and they do a great job of rolling over some really suspect terrain. In this last shot, I wanted to show you how easy it is to take one of these things and climb a really rough, steep hill. I just motor right up it with no problem, and a great big thanks to the Blue Angels for blasting past in the background. So, riding an electric bike is not like a normal bicycling experience, you know. When you get on a regular bicycle, you're kind of limited, you know, based on, I guess, you know, your physical abilities, but with an electric bike, you can just ride and ride and ride pretty much all day if that's what you want to do. This peninsula that I'm on is called Fort Pickens out here in Pensacola. It's 12 miles long, and it's one of the most beautiful rides that you could ever do. And it's nothing to do it out here in 90-degree heat because I'm just not really pedaling that hard. It's just a completely different way to bicycle. You know, I'm not really having to work for it. It's just easy. I highly recommend you get one of these things. Man, if you're finding my channel for the first time, you want to keep up with what we got going on at Redline and the shenanigans I get into, click the subscribe button. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Would ask click the thumbs up down below as well. Thank you for watching. Y'all have a good one.